to discussing two things here. The option of a procedure for the Achilles tendon contracture, or we call it the gastrosoleus complex shortening, and then choosing how to choose the appropriate surgery for the surgery. Okay, the Achilles tendon contracture is basically they have two things that we have to discuss today. This shortening of the Achilles tendon, or we call it the gastrosoleus complex, is driving the force behind the deformity progression of the flat foot drop, chapter foot or something. And the second thing is they become the causes of etiology of the pathological condition, which is we commonly see in the clinics, like plantar fasciitis, metatarsal, the insertional Achilles tendinitis, the neuropathic foot, etc. These two things bring us that the tendon Achilles contracture is become the known problem for the foot ankle problem. In fact, certain articles mention that this is the culprit of having the foot pain. We have the equinus deformity, then we know that the biomechanically causing the foot imbalance, that the tight Achilles tendon will increase the plantar pressure, and then commonly we see this kind of the forefoot that happen to our people. And then what we do clinically, we diagnose usually using the Silberskreuz test, which is a good test to determine the equinus deformity, whether it's due to the Achilles tendon or the gastrosoleus complex, or because of the isolated gastrocnemius tendon. Okay, in the few tips that when we do the examination, we need to put the hind foot in the correct position. Means that we have to align the hind foot as well as the talonavicular joint properly. Then we can do the test properly. Okay. For example, when you have something like when you correct the foot is not there, it looks like they are actually is in the proper position before we start with. Otherwise, there is become a false positive test when we have the midfoot as well as the parietal subluxation of the bone. Okay, and usually we need to have something like this. Okay, when we put in the knee extension, and then the foot in the proper position, reflect the thing, and if they see the dorsiflexion happen after we flex the knee, means there is due to the gastrocnemius. As we know, the gastrocnemius muscle cross all the three the joint, knee, ankle, as well as the subtalar. Okay, that is the basis of the thing. Okay, for the gastrosoleus complex, we put it in group or into the region which is zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3, which is the proximal, which is mainly muscular as well as aponeurosis, and then middle we have the aponeurosis as well as the muscular tendinous junction, and the distal part, the tendon, and then the incision part of the tendon itself. Okay, and then the surgical procedure. Bear in mind the surgical procedure when we have to choose the proper procedure for the certain problem. Is the first thing they will depend on the surgeon expertise. Okay. The second part they will depend on the severity of a contracture, and then what is the cause of the contracture, and then also we have to know whether they are associated injury. This all surgical procedure usually become either they come alone because of the isolated gastrocnemius, or they are part of the different procedure or reconstruction we did for our foot ankle reconstruction. Okay, there is numerous things. Historically, there are so many. Even you have the Silberskreuz and the Baroque procedure for the more proximal shortening to use the head of gastrocnemius. Okay, and then Bowen well feeders, striae, as well as the distal part. Okay, for the Bowman's procedure, it is intramuscular lengthening of the gastrocnemius muscle. With the incision, actually it's a very big over the lateral side. We have to open up and then go to the muscular part until we separate it between the muscles, and then we get the epidural, and then we need to do the multiple small incision, as we can actually is the advantage is we can know how much actually is the lengthening that we want. Means we can control the length when we want. Okay. Another one is a Wilkes procedure. This is usually do at the musculotendinous junction. This is a postural approach. We did incision over about 4 to 6 centimeter, and then we open up directly. This is a very safe because of the neurovascular bundles or everything actually is away from this one, except for the sural nerve, which is actually we can identify and avoid it. Okay. Then the striae procedure, okay, which is a medial incision about 15 to 12 centimeter before. Actually, is at the junction of the two-third of the tendon itself. We open up, identify the structure, and then after that we identify, we cut it. The only thing is we are afraid of the injured to the sural nerve, as well as if you do it without immobilization post-surgical, we tend to have an overlengthening of the tendon itself. Okay, endoscopic resection is basically of using similar things like we do for the endoscopic. For the striae procedure, the only thing we do it using the endoscopic. Okay, this is actually paper from the clinic just now, and this important. Why we do it? Because we can reduce the wound complication, especially the unsightly scar. Also have the possibility of lengthening, and then we have to reduce the post-operative pain of and then over-lengthen of the muscle. And usually we use using the retrograde catheter, and then we can see that we can release and we can directly see the things. Okay. Don't forget about the open tendon achilles lengthening. That is commonly we use for especially in children. Okay, we fix it in the patient with the fixed equinus contracture, in which we have to think that the patient may have the capsule contracture as well, and then this one can be done. And usually what I do is that if we do the exact lengthening with the coronal plane, and then we save doing the incision over the posterior part of it, and then we can open and do the posterior capsular release as well. This is usually done for the severe cases that need to have the open a lot posteriorly. Okay, another thing is the hook procedure. We do the percutaneous tendon achilles lengthening. This procedure is have an advantage rather than open the technique, in which they can be done for with the small incision. Usually what we do is we do the incision about 2 cm from this one over the medial, and then another 2 cm over the lateral side, and then the third one over the middle side as well, which is around 2 cm. And then using the technique, usually the cut, usually we need about slightly above 50% of the diameter of the tendon. Okay, so commonly what we do is using the blunt beaver tenotomy blade, or we can use the Cypher 15 blade as well. Okay. Again, what we can have here, they are commonly in patient with the chocolate food, diabetic, we want to release the pressure underneath the food, and then common complication is over-lengthening, and then we need to immobilize patient as well. Okay, in summary, it's important for us to do the assessment of the etiology of the contracture properly, and then tailor the procedure according to the zone and the severity, and then it's dependent on expertise that we have. And then minimal invasive surgery is less a potential complication. I would say this is relatively, maybe it's debatable, but most of the time the anatomical study done for this one shows that it's actually is quite safe to do minimal invasive in this kind of surgery. Thank you very much.